episode 23. Today is August 21st, 2023. My name is Marie, and I'm coming to you from Central New Hampshire. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as OldeThymeKnits. This is my channel where I talk all about my knitting process. I talk about what's on and off the needles, what I hope to get on the needles, and then any yarny acquisitions that I might get along the way. So if this sounds like something you would enjoy, then come on in and let's get started. All right, so before I get into the knitting content, I just wanted to share that I did in fact reach my 1,000 subscribers. I was beyond grateful and so excited that it finally happened. That's a big milestone for most YouTubers when they're first starting out. And so to be able to reach that was just so exciting. So we should celebrate, and we're going to. This is going to be the 1,000 subscriber celebration. I'm not going to say all of those words. You guys get it. I have a prize, 3 separate prizes to give away to celebrate. And here they are. So I'm going to review them just quickly. This is the Wednesday Club from Freckled Whimsy. It's on her 75-25 fingering base called Serendipity base, and it's in the Nightshade Society giveaway. Sorry, just said the word. Nightshade colorway. This is beautiful, very muted, very beautiful. I accidentally ordered fingering weight when I ordered these, and that's why they're here in the giveaway, because I am a DK girl mostly. And the second one is also Freckled Whimsy. It's on her Serendipity base, again, 75-25, and this is in the Keep On Keeping On colorway. These are both self-striping. Actually, all 3 of them are self-striping. And then this last one is from Earth Tones Girl. This was her special fall colorway from last year. It's called Falling in Love. And it's on 90% superwash, Targhee, 10% nylon. And this is a Woolens and Nosh collab with Earth Tones Girl. Super pretty colors. And I just thought this was going to be really great for the fall coming up. So how we're going to do this, if you you decide which one you would like, and if you just leave a comment below, and you can comment for either one or all of these. Use the word falling for this one. Use the word keeping for this one. And use the word nightshade for this one. So you can finagle somehow all 3 of those words into a comment, then that's great. But that allows us to kind of sort through who would like to win and who wouldn't. So thank you so much to everybody who subscribed and everybody who viewed my last video. I had a lot of views on that one. It was very, very exciting to watch, and I really appreciate you being here. So that is that, and onward and upward. So I'm going to begin with my finished objects. I have a lot of finished objects today. I'm going to try and keep this at a reasonable length. There's a lot. We were on vacation for a week, so I did a whole lot of knitting. It was delightful, delightful. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is called the Monument Hat. Here it is. And this is from Herb Garden Knitwear. And Hannah kindly gifted me the pattern, and I loved it. I'm so happy that it's done. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a gift for my husband. Of course, he was sitting right there while I was knitting it, but, you know, they don't pay attention. It has some really great cables going up it. So I talked about this. It was a whip in my last episode, and I used Plotulopi, an unspun yarn. 2 strands of that held together with Magpie fibers in their feather base in the tactical colorway. And this is what I had left. So I think I said in the last episode that this was my first time using the unspun yarn, and I didn't hate it, but I will say it's pretty scratchy. Hannah does reassure me that it will soften up as it gets worn and washed and all of that. So, but yeah, nice pattern. Hannah has I mentioned it last time, Hannah has a podcast here on YouTube, and she's got some great designs. So I really enjoyed this. So thank you, Hannah, for the gift of the pattern, and great pattern. All right. So next up, so I have been working really, really hard to get some gift knitting done early this year because my family likes to have hand knit socks, and I'm always happy to oblige that, but I don't want to be overwhelmed in the midst of the season. And, you know, I like to enjoy my holiday season, and when you have a million things to knit, that can be tricky. So anyway, the next few items are gift knit, and here is the first one. It's a pair of socks. There are two. I am in love with these. These are going to be a hard one to give up, but I've already determined that they are a gift for my daughter-in-law, one of my daughter-in-laws. So this is a DK weight sock. I did 12 rounds for the cuff, 34 rounds for the leg, heel flap and gusset, and then rounded toe. I can't remember how many rounds I did for the foot, but she has a little bit smaller foot than I do. So yes, I absolutely love this colorway. All right, so I'm going to talk about the yarn. So the cuff on those was Palmer Yarn Company, and it is in her DK sock 7525 in the aubergine colorway. This is beautiful yarn, and this is it here. It almost has a little bit of a sheen to it. I just I love the color, and it just so happens to go so nicely with these for the cuff. The cuff and the, no, I didn't even do the heel. And then the other colorway, oh gosh, I lost my tag. Here it is. I had just showed this as an acquisition. This is Nicole C. Mendez in her Soft Sock DK 80/20. And this is the coffee break colorway. I absolutely adore this. So I did this a little bit different this time. Normally I would do a contrast color for the heel flap. Let me put one down so I can do this. This time I just went with the striping, and the way the stripes fell, it actually landed kind of good. You know, a lot of people get kind of funky about how their stripes land, but that didn't bother me any. I thought it was really very pretty. So yeah, I am so in love with this color. This is beautiful yarn, knits up so nicely, very soft. So that is, yeah, finished object number 2, another holiday gift down. And I did have some left over of the coffee break. So that's exciting. Maybe I'll be able to, I think I'm going to be able to combine it with this again. Maybe I'll do heels and toes or something, cuff. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. So yes, yay for me. And my next object is also a gift. And this is for my oldest daughter. It's another pair of socks, because like I said, oh, sorry, I got them twisted here. Like I said, everybody wants socks for Christmas. You have to put one down. And again, a DK sock, because DK is where it's at for me. Especially for gift knitting, you know, if you're going to gift knit socks, these go so much faster, and it just doesn't seem so daunting. I did not use a pattern for these. As for all of my DK socks, I just wing it. And I just did a little bit of, I'll take this off the blocker so I can show you. Down the front of the sock this time, like no pattern, I just did some knits and purls to make it ribbed all the way down the front. And then the back is just plain. So I will talk about the yarn. The cuff, I used Dirty Water Dye Works. I got this at a fiber fest down in Massachusetts in the spring. And this is her Lucia DK 7525, and it's in the sea glass colorway. Beautiful yarn, really, really nice. So that was the cuff color. And then for the actual sock itself, I use Northwood Fibers. I love, love, love her. She's very nice yarn. She does some self-striping and some regular. This was one of her wintertime ones. So I think I got it actually in December or January. And this is the Hemlock DK in her Winter Dreams colorway. Beautiful. So these two combined really worked out so nicely. Look at the speckling on that. So beautiful, right? Yeah. So that is holiday gift number 2. Finished object number 3. I had to get some socks done because those are so good portable. We were camping for a week, and that certainly makes it go fast. All right, my next finished object, I had to. Is another pair of socks. Are you ready? Here they are. Oh gosh, I love them so much. So my daughter-in-law is due in October with baby number 2, and it will be my grandson Logan's little brother. And so I made Logan these kind of socks when he was, you know, as a gift for her. And oh, they're so hard to show. I'm going to put them back on the clip. There. Oh my gosh, I can't even. I made these for her when Logan was born, and she absolutely loved them. I only made the one pair because I didn't know, you know, they are super wash, but I still recommend that you don't throw it in the dryer. Anywho, this is the perfect newborn sock pattern. I have made this, I lost my information with the name of the designer on it. Oh, it's by Hey Sister Yarn Company. I'll put that on the screen. I used, I love these because they just take a little tiny bit of yarn. So the yarn that I used was a mini, and it is from Naughty Pine Fiber Co. This was part of an advent calendar that I got from them. I still have skeins, mini skeins left, and this is her fingering weight yarn. It's 80/20, and it is in the colorway Robin's Egg. So that was a full 20 gram mini I started with, and I have quite a bit left. So it really does not take much at all. But can you even? Oh, US size 1, 2.25. Oh, look at the big hair. US 2.25 millimeter on them. Oh, I just love them. So if you need a gift, baby gift, they knit up so quickly. I mean, it's just 20 stitches basically. I don't want to, I think that actually that is I'm pretty sure it's a free pattern on Ravelry. So yeah, it's a great, you know, sometimes like if you have a neighbor who's having a baby and you don't really want to do a baby blanket, or you don't want to do a big baby project, then that is a nice little option, and people just love it. The last thing I was going to say about them is the reason that these are so awesome is they stay up. It's because they're a ribbed sock, but they also can be cuffed. Oh, sorry. They also can be cuffed. What is with the hair today? So anyway, perfect little knit, perfect little name for the pattern, perfect little socks. So that is just a baby gift, but again, a gift knit. All right, let's see. The next thing that I have is continuing with the baby knits. Ta-da! This is also for the baby. This will be for Christmas though. The baby's due in October, so I did the 0 to 3 month size. This is the Flax by Tin Can Knits. I have done this several times in several different sizes. This is the newborn size, or the 0 to 3 months. Isn't it cute? Aww. It whipped up so quickly, and it's such a great pattern. So I did mine. The pattern does call for purl bumps down the sleeve, and I just do mine without that. I just want a quick basic raglan, and the reason I love this pattern so much is the fit on it is just phenomenal. And so easy. It's a great first pattern. It can be a little confusing with the purl stitches for a beginner knitter, but anyway, I do it without the purl bumps. All right, so the yarn. And I lost my yarn. It's here, I'm sorry. Okay, the yarn I'm using is Plymouth yarn. It's the Plymouth Select in the worsted merino superwash, and they just have color numbers. It's color number 88. I don't see an actual color number. Here's the information on it. And it's such a soft yarn. I just loved this color. For some reason I have a green theme going on here. I did not intentionally do that, but I somehow managed to do that. This yarn is great. It is machine washable, and it does say tumble dry on low. It is, come on, where's the content on this? I'm sorry. Oh, 100% superwash fine merino. And I did not get gauge on this one. I was off a little bit. I used a size 9, and the pattern I think calls for a 10. I can't even remember. I'm so sorry. I was off gauge a little bit. It came out a little bit smaller, but I did not mind that at all. It's just for a little one. So hopefully the baby will be able to wear that, this winter. And then the next item that I have is another one. And this is for Logan. Logan will be, he's 2.5. He's in like a size 3T. I did the 2 to 4 year size. This feels a little bit big to me, but I wanted them to match. So I got matching. I don't know how to show that. You guys get the gist. I did them both in the same yarns so that they would, be cute together. Again, Flax by Tin Can Knits. Super easy. I like that it goes from 0 all the way up to crazy larger sizes. It's just a super pattern for everybody, and all of their patterns are like that. This one I used a US 10 on, and I did get gauge, and so it's a little bit bigger. It's the actual correct size, but it's a little bit bigger. I probably should have done the 9, and then it would have been a little smaller and probably fit him a little better. So it's going to be big on him, but that's okay. So it's a little bit airier gauge on this one. So, but anyway, super fun to have things like that matching, and my daughter-in-law is just going to love that so much. So look, that's a lot of Christmas gifts. Yes, and the list is getting smaller and smaller. I have a few more to do. All right. And then my final item, finished object. I know it's crazy, right? But again, these were all small items, so portable, easy to knit, sitting and knitting by the campfire. It really just fantastic fun. So all right, and so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 finished objects. I don't know if the little newborn socks actually count, but I'm counting them. All right, and here's my final item. Yes. Oh, I was so happy to have this done. This is the Framework Bralette by Jessie Made Designs, and this is for my oldest granddaughter. I could not be happier with how this turned out. This pattern, this is my first Jessie Made Designs pattern, and boy, she just walks you right through it every step of the way. It really was an easy knit. It's pretty much the same on the front and back. My granddaughter's pretty tiny. I was able to bring, I just had the ribbing to like here done, and I was able to bring it and have her try it on, and then I got some actual measurements, and it just came out so good. She hasn't seen it done yet. I wanted to podcast first before I gave it to her. So what a great pattern. Great pattern. And I, let's see what I do for modifications. I did make the straps just a smidge shorter because I think it's going to stretch a little bit. So hopefully I didn't make them too short. I don't think so. So you, this is a bottom up, and you start knitting it at the ribbing and hair. And when you start to do the cups, which are done separately, you flip it inside out, and just the construction is just crazy. It's great. She walks you hand in hand through the whole thing. And then it's, you know, an I-cord strap, and I chose to Kitchener mine. You could do a 3 needle bind off, but I just did the Kitchener. It's not really great. I mean, it could be better, but I don't think she's going to care. And I kind of made it so that that juncture is at the back of the project, so it wouldn't be, you won't see it anyway. So I know she's going to be super excited about it. So the yarn, I talked about it before. This is Emma's yarn in her Drapey DK, and it's 70% superwash merino, 30% silk, and it's in the Take a Hike colorway. Beautiful yarn. So I still have quite a bit left over. I did not weigh this to see how much it actually took, but very nice yarn. So all right, that is the end of my finished objects. So how can you hate that? That was a lot, but I feel so good. Holiday knits are getting done. Okay, I'm going to move on to my whips now. And the first one is in a bag. And this is from, you know, honestly, I don't really know where I got this from, if I got it on an Etsy shop, but I don't know. It's Laughing Stitches by NL. Beautiful wool bag, really nice quality. So, it's been a couple of years since I got it. So, all right, so let me get my goods out here. All right, so let me grab a sock blocker quickly, sorry. I have a blocker here. I decided after I did the socks for my daughter that I wanted to use up the yarn. So I have one sock done, and this is the same yarn that I used in her socks. This is Dirty Water Dye Works, and this is Northwood's fiber. So I thought it'd be a good idea to use them up. And this is just a pair of socks that I have on the go, my travel knitting. I keep these in the car. I usually have a pair of socks in the car, so I don't have to remember to grab a project bag all the time. So this is just a pair of socks for me, using up the yarn just because I really liked the yarn. So I just cast off that sock, and have just cast on for the second one. I'm on US 3.25 millimeter. I use Chow-Gu, and I use the magic loop. So this is what I had left from the other socks, so I should be good. And I think I'll probably even have some more leftovers after that DK week. So I just want to touch on that one real quick. And I'll put another pair of socks in my drawer. Yay. All right, then I have two other whips. My next whip, I'll show you my bag, is in this huge bag, and this is from Wing and a Prayer Farm, and it's a picture of one of their sheep. Their farm is in Vermont. I love this bag. It is absolutely huge. Like, you could probably get a blanket in it. It's so big. So, this is another gift knit, and I'll show it to you, and then I will talk about the yarn. Here it is. This is another flax, and this is for my granddaughter Annabelle. As you can see, I'm on the second sleeve. Super easy knit. Again, I did it with no purl bumps down the sleeve. And this is the first time I've striped one of these. I love it. It makes me want to make one for myself and stripe it, which I might do, you never know. But this is the perfect kids pattern. And so Annabelle is 9, so I did the 8 to 10-year-old size. And like I said, I'm on the second sleeve. So I am using acrylic. I hope that doesn't offend anybody or upset anybody. But that is what works for this family. My daughter is not good about hand washing anything and has felted a few things. So if I'm going to put all that time into it, then I certainly do not want that to happen. So I am using, and in fact, Leslie Friend uses this yarn for her butterfly baby blanket, and she raved about it. So I decided to give it a try. I got this at Joann Fabrics. It's called Big Twist. It is 100% acrylic. But it is machine washable. And that's what these people need. And this is just the color purple. So it's just your basic acrylic, and then I am alternating it with this, which is just a gray. So the last time I made a sweater, excuse me, with 100% acrylic, Annabelle, she still has it. She still tries to wear it. Of course, it's like 4 sizes too small for her. But my point being, excuse me, is that for the little kids and for the busy moms, you can't hate it. That's all I'm going to say about the actual yarn. But I did want to talk a little bit about the needle that I'm using for the sleeves. So I am using a ChowGoo US 7, and it's a 12-inch circular. Can you see that? And somebody was talking about these for sleeves. I can't use a 16-inch on Annabelle's sleeve because it's just a small amount of stitches. So I got this, and you see this? And they are awesome. So I think there's like 30 some odd stitches on the sleeve, and it worked out so good. And man, these you fly on these. I wasn't sure if I would be able to hold them, but honestly, these little bends in them allow it so you can grip it a little bit better. I would bet if the 9-inch circulars had those, I could work with those. But yeah, it was worth the try, and I'm glad that I did, because for a smaller circumference, you know, it's not much on this sleeve. And you can't get a 16-inch on there. So I purposely did not start the second sleeve because I wanted to show you guys those. So if you get a chance to try them, I'd highly recommend that. And, you know, not sponsored or anything. I use ChowGoos for everything. But it was a great little find. And anytime you can give somebody a tip like that, I think that it's worth it. If you don't want to do your sleeve magic loop. And I just happened to try them, and I really like them. So I will, smaller sleeves like that, I will do that in the future. Although for the other 2 flax that I did have to do magic loop, which is fine. No big deal. You know, I don't mind that at all. So, all right, I'm going to talk about my final work in process. And this is a sample knit for my local yarn store. So I have it in a bag by Daisy Girl and Company. I love these bags. And it's a hat. See if I can not drop stitches. And it's just a rib and cable hat. Super cute, super easy. Very nice. It didn't take me long. I just cast this on a couple days ago and have been working on it, you know, intermittently with other things. But this is the pattern. It's the rib and cable hat by Marcy Richardson, who used to be the owner of the Elegant U in Concord. And Kelly has since, you know, taken over the store. So Kelly asked me to do a sample for her, and this is what I'm doing. So I am using, Kelly chose the yarn. It's Plymouth yarn. I have not used this before, and it's called Miradore, I think. And so it's baby alpaca, fine merino wool, and mulberry silk. So it's very soft and drapey and slippery. I wasn't sure at first if it was going to be a good yarn because, so I can not drop my stitches, I didn't think that it had all that much memory to it, but it seems to be all right. When I first started knitting with it, it seemed like it was not going to stretch back good, but it seems to be okay. And I think with a rib and cable situation, that probably helps a lot. So I am using a 16-inch US size 6 4mm Addy. Which I like to try all kinds of needles, and I will say these are super, super slick. And also look at my little stitch marker. Oh, it's so cute. Little coffee cup. I got that from 3 by the Sea Designs. All right, so let me just show you if I can. This is the yarn. I love it. It's kind of that barber pole twisting in it. Yeah, really, I'm really impressed with it. I wasn't sure at first, but yeah, I think that's going to be a lovely little hat. So, all right, I do not have any more whips that I can see, or that I'm currently working on, I should say. I am doing a test knit, but I'm not ready to show that yet. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm going to wrap it up at this point. I do have just a couple other things to talk about. I wanted to just mention again the single sock make along, using your scraps, using up any partial skeins, whatever you might have, and making a single sock. My grandkids love their mismatched socks, so I decided to do a make along, and it's been ongoing. That is coming to a close August 31st. So get your finished objects posted. I will leave a link down below to the Ravelry page, and you can also post your finished objects over on the hashtag single socks for the win. So the next podcast, I'm not sure when I'm going to podcast again, but I probably will have drawn prizes at that point. So yes, that was fun to do. I did not get a chance to do very many single socks. I am on a mission to get my holiday gift knits done, so I kind of fell off the bandwagon, and I apologize, but all of you can certainly, you know, wrap it up and get some entries in on that. So, and the other thing I wanted to talk about is my winter woodland knitting retreat for January. And I just wanted to mention that myself and Judy from the Autumn Acorn, who I'm co-hosting with, have put up a video here on YouTube with a little bit more information about the retreat, and a little bit, we share a little bit about how we met and how we became friends and how our connection continues. So if you'd like to see that, that's here on my YouTube channel and on Judy's channel as well. And just to mention that registration for that will begin September 1st. So that's coming really quick. How did we get to the end of August? I mean, it's not the end, but it's coming so quickly, and soon enough we'll be at Labor Day, and then honestly, not that I'm upset about it. Fall is right around the corner, and like a lot of people, I'm getting antsy to get some fall knits going on too. So that is coming up as well. All right. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in and for subscribing and liking. And it has just been a blast for me. And I continue to look forward to making these videos. So I hope all is well with you and you are knitting something that you love. And I'll see you the next time. Bye.